Okay, another great day, and it's a great day for me for a number of reasons. Every day is a great day, first of all. But in addition to that, I am going home. I'm not going to go into details right now, but today is an exciting day because I'm returning home. Home is where the heart is. Home is Israel. Home is the heart of the world. Home is where the Jewish people are one and connected and vibrant like nowhere else in the world. So I'm going home to Israel today. And I am excited. And I'm going to say hi to Gracie. Gracie, thanks for joining today. All right, so today we're going to be doing something a little different. Putting Iran on the side. Putting Obama on the side. Everything has to do with Israel. I'm going to be saying hi to Stefan for joining. Thank you so much for joining, Stefan. But I'm going to be talking about a life lesson. And this is an important life lesson for me. So I hope you enjoy hearing it, with me sharing it with you. Again, I'm not such an intelligent, knowledgeable guy. This is just something that I believe is important to me, that I've learned from my life and through my studies. So I wanted to share it with you. And it's very simple. It's the lesson, and it's called "It's All for the Best." Where does that come from? Now, Judaism actually has in Hebrew, it's called Hakol L'Tova, which means in English, it's all for the best. Very simple. And the concept behind it is that everything God does is for the best. Now, I'm a believing man, so it makes it easy for me to believe this. And I believe that there is a God. I believe that, and I'm not trying to convince you of anything, okay? I'm just telling you where I'm coming from and where this life lesson comes from. But as a man who has faith and believes in God, I believe that God has a purpose for everything going on. We don't know the purpose. And at any given time, it's very confusing exactly what the purpose of the world is, what the purpose of our existence is, the purpose of my existence is. But there is a purpose. And part of life is working towards realizing what that purpose is to then make a difference with your life. So again, it makes it easier for me as one who believes in God because I have a faith system. Those that don't have a belief in God, it's harder because that faith system does not come as naturally. But that's okay because I'm going to be talking to you too. All right? But for me, this concept in Judaism, Hakol L'Tova, it's all for the best. What does that mean, it's all for the best? So we're going to be talking about it on two different levels. The one level is the very simplistic level. Again, I'm not saying what's wrong or right, but I'm going to be trying to extrapolate this so how it might be able to affect you and help you. So two levels. The first level is basically very simplistic, saying, yeah, everything God does is good. Like everything happening around us is good. Now, that has a lot of challenges that come with it. What does that mean, everything that's good? Bad things happen in life. Some horrible things happen in life. Again, and as a Jew, it's very easy for me to just go back to recent Jewish history. And any Jew does this sometimes and says, wait a second, the Holocaust, that is horrible. How can we have this perspective that it's all for the best and everything God does in this world is good when we have something horrible that happened just in our recent history? All right, and that's on the national, global level. But in anyone's life, bad things happen. Travesties happen, sickness happens. So it's very hard for many people to be able to say, oh, what do you mean everything's good? There's some horrible things that happen to me, and I'm sad, and I'm mad, right? It's okay to be mad at God. It's okay. There's nothing wrong. But our purpose of, and again, I'm going a little more onto the religious side here, even though you will see it's not totally about that, but something that I've grown to believe and understand as a religious person is that it's okay to be upset at God. Part of life is the relationship we have with God. Prayer, it's not even though it's a one-way dialogue, it's really a conversation to allow us, the people praying, to develop a stronger relationship with Him. And part of that relationship, as with anyone, is not only saying thank you for the good, but complaining about the bad. It's okay to complain. It's okay to be mad. That's the challenge of humanity, the challenge of dealing with our existence here, challenging ourselves, not saying, oh, because something bad happened, there is no God. It's being mad and saying, how can this happen? Okay, but again, going on the simplistic level, understanding that everything is for the best that happens. Everything is good that he does. So even when bad things happen, it's saying, okay, I don't understand it, and to me this looks bad, and to me it might even look horrible, but I don't know what the overall master plan is. And in the overall master plan, somehow this fits in as, in the end, leading to good. Okay, that's on the simplistic level, saying that everything that happens is good, right? And that's very, very hard for many people, very, very hard. So I'm not trying to convince anyone about that. That's really a high level, and it's a very challenging level to internalize and make part of you. But there's the second level of it's all for the best. And this is something that applies to everyone, no matter what religion they are, no matter if they don't believe in God or if they believe it. It really has no difference. It's just a religious lesson that can help everybody, regardless of who you are and what you believe in or what you don't believe in. And that is one simple word: attitude. The lesson of it's all for the best teaches us that life is about how we make of it. It's all about the attitude we take in adjusting to a situation. Obviously, when something good happens, we have a good attitude and we move forward in a good place in whatever we're doing, right? We get a promotion. It's a birthday. It's a celebration. Something good happened to a friend. Something good happening to a family member. Right? You're happy, and you move forward in your day and in your week with a happier a jump in your walk. Why? Because good things happen to you, and therefore your attitude is more of a positive attitude, and you move on with that positive attitude. Now that's simple. But what about if something sad happened? What about if you're sick? What about if someone in your family is sick? What if someone dies? Things that are very, very sad. Now, whether or not you look at that as the big picture in a faith-based system as, oh, that's ultimately something for the good, put that aside. That's irrelevant right now, because it's something happening in your life. You're in control in your life as much as possible. As much as possible, even though we're really not in control of our lives. That's something else. But you're in control. But the only thing you're really in control of is how you handle a situation and your attitude in dealing with a situation. So if you allow a bad situation to bring you down, then again, you are allowing yourself to bring you down, and it's a domino effect. But if you have a positive attitude, that's not ignoring the sadness or the bad that's happening, but it's embracing it. It's being sad. It's being mad about it, but trying to bring up the best attitude possible for yourself to handle the situation as best as possible in moving forward. Because when you are sad or mad about something, but yet you take on the attitude, the I can do attitude, to make the best of your life and make the best of your situation, then the continuation of where you're taking yourself, you'll be in a better place. You could still be sad and still be mad about what's going on, but your attitude will allow you to be in a better place moving forward. But if someone takes the sad or the mad that they're going through, and they make their attitude be a sad attitude or an angry attitude, then you continue to be in a bad place, not allowing yourself to move forward in the best or most productive way. It's very simple, because usually when you're sad or you're mad, you're not thinking straight. So other things that are happening to you as you move forward, you won't necessarily be dealing with in the best way possible or in the most logical way possible, because you're going to be acting on emotion and bad emotion. So the best way to move forward in dealing with bad things in life, it's not ignoring the bad things. It's accepting the bad things, dealing as best as possible with them, but trying to have as best an attitude as possible. So again, the Jewish concept of hakol tovah, it's all for the best, regardless if you accept the more simplistic, even though it's the much more complex, but the more simplistic attitude of understanding everything is for the best in the master plan that God has for the world. But whether or not you agree with that, the ultimate message of everything is for the best is giving over to us the tool to allow ourselves to have the best attitude. It's not always easy to have a good attitude. It's not always easy to accept the bad, to accept a personal sickness, to accept the sickness of someone in the family, to accept a death. These are harsh, harsh things in anyone's life. But we should be reaching out on how we can best help ourselves overcome and deal. And having the attitude of it's all for the best, saying, you know what? This is horrible, but I'm going to make this bad situation as best as possible. It allows one to hold on to their sanity, to make most of the difference in helping in that bad situation, and just moving forward to continue to be a productive, happy as possible person to make the most for yourself and for those around you. So that's my message to everyone today. Try as best as possible. Again, put the faith issue aside. If you have the faith, it's a little easier. If you don't have the faith in God, that's fine. That's fine. Because I want to help you make the most of your life. And part of helping you make the most of your life is making that little switch in your head of saying, you know what? I understand that even though bad and sad things happen, I want to make the most for myself. And that is if I decide consciously to take that attitude of it's all for the best. Because if I understand it's all for the best, it's really me, it's my attitude deciding how I'm going to make the rest of my life as best as possible, even though what I'm going through right now or what I see right now is not good. Now, this attitude of it's all for the best, for me, it's not just something personal. It's also my attitude towards Israel. It's my attitude towards the world. It's my personal attitude towards the existence. And somehow those are the lenses that I'm always using. Even when I see bad things or things I don't understand. This Iran deal, it just makes no sense. Obama turning on the Jews with his rhetoric and dumping on Israel, the best ally of America in the Middle East. Like, these things make no sense. They make no sense. But I try to look past the specifics. I look at the context, and I also hold on to my faith and my attitude if it's all for the best, looking, wait a second, so how do we make this, how could this make sense? How can I harness this to make it better? And I'm not harnessing anything, but I'm referring to my attitude and looking at the overall situation. And that's why I do have a very positive outlook for the world. I do have a positive outlook for Israel. That doesn't mean bad things are not going to happen in the meantime. Sometimes bad things happening and crazy things happen. But I'm a big picture person. And in the big picture, with it all, if man holds on to the attitude of making the most of every moment, making the most of every day of his life, not just for himself, but for the rest of humanity around him, those with the attitude will make the best. Those who are blind to what's going on, those who are blind to that attitude and just focus on the bad or just focus on the hate, they're missing out on life. They're missing out on the beauty of what life can be giving over to them and how they could be helping humanity. They're focusing on the bad, they're focusing on the evil, and they're wasting their time in this life. Precious time, you never know when you're going to go. Again, that sounds so morbid, but it is so true and so realistic, and it should allow one to harness every moment he has to make the best. Hold on to those you love. Hold on to those cherished moments, to those cherished people in your life, not just once in a blue moon, but every chance you have. Take advantage of the beauty life is offering you, because you don't know when it's going to disappear. It's that simple. And it sounds weird, but it's true. But I'm taking you to the good place. So that's my message with you today. And I very much look forward to continuing this conversation about life, about Israel, about the Middle East, about the truth, about justice, and probably it'll be a few days But I'll be back, and I'll be back broadcasting from the Holy Land, from the Holy City, and it'll be awesome. It'll be wonderful, and share it with others, and connect with Israel, connect with Jerusalem, connect with the Jewish people, connect with the truth so that you could better share. And again, I'm going to make this plug, but help me share the truth with the world. And it's very simple. Either share this stream at AviAbelow on Twitter or Meerkat, or share videos from Israel Video Network. Be inspired, and let us all together help make the world a better place. And if I don't happen to make another video before the Holy Sabbath that is quickly approaching, we're halfway into the week, and I don't know if I'll be able to say this message again, but it's an important message. I'm going to say that you should have a fabulous Shabbat, an inspiring Shabbat, an inspiring weekend, taking advantage of who you are and your loved ones and the people you care about, and make the most of every moment you have. Have a great, great day. And thanks for joining.